listen to this, and this is something that we've been covering for quite a bit. This whole thing of EURS on XDC says redefining the standard for multi-chain stablecoin experience, the stability of EUR with the versatility. I read veracity too much today because I was thinking about getting into it. So with the versatility of XDC, let's jump into this. Here we go. And this comes straight from their particular Medium. I like the Medium format personally, and I know a lot of people are not exactly fans of it. I like it. So it states that there's an experience of the stability of EUR with versatility of XDC. It gives a little bit of info in regards to crypto being the driving growth through continuous improvement, unleashing potential through the progress, right? We talked about the progress of that particular XLM project and so on. But look at what it specifically mentions here. It states that, years ago, it became evident that ETH and underlying technology of most projects in the crypto universe limits. And this, I think, where you want to listen to this, cool cat, because I know you're on board with this. Limits the current state of progress due to enormous fees, yes, and scalability issues, yes. Interoperability stands for the ability of different blockchain networks to communicate and interact, as we know, right, like quant and so on, with one another to push the boundaries of what's possible. Daring innovations are needed. Stablecoins, right? That's going to be brought up quite a bit now that staking is pretty much gone for Americans, not everybody in the world. Stablecoins are crucial and growing aspect of the cryptocurrency ecosystem as they offer stability in otherwise volatile markets. While single chain stablecoins have successfully provided stability, DeFi and cross-chain interoperability have increased the demand for multi-chain digital assets. And that's key here. Why should one worry if there are many alternative blockchains in existence? That's a good question. Indeed, the best option is not to rely on a single blockchain, but to choose interoperability. And I would totally agree with that. I know, this is an XDC statement, but let's face it, Quant gets that. Now, breaking through to new frontiers. It states specifically some of these particular ones here. I'm not going to read this top part because we already know about this, but I like this area here. I did review this area. It says, let's tackle the subject to take into account the various benefits of such solutions. And then this is good. This is part of the education, if you will. A lot of you guys know about this, but nonetheless, if you're new to this, you do need to have a broader understanding about this, because if anything, this specific thing of what you see being built or in conjunction with XDC, I think it's really, really big. And if anything, I'm really glad to bring it to you guys because it is worth mentioning. And I have stated for a while now that I feel as though don't sleep on XDC. All right. We're seeing a lot of sideways action, but when you see specific things like this that I'm about to present, it's going to give you a broader perspective of things going forward for XDC. So interoperability, multi-chain stablecoins are designed to operate across multi-chain platforms, enabling seamless transfer of value between different blockchain networks. Users can transfer funds from one blockchain to another without having to go through the hassle, as we know, of converting their assets into another currency. Enhanced scalability. Multi-chain digital assets can help address the scalability challenges faced by single-chain stablecoins. By operating across multiple blockchain platforms, multi-chain stablecoins can benefit from the increased scalability each platform offers. This can increase speed and efficiency, making it easier for users to transfer funds and use a stablecoin for their casual day-to-day transactions. So even though there's a lot of FUD going on as we speak when it comes to the bombshell that was dropped the other day when it comes to America's not being able to stake, you still have an understanding that stable coins are where they're at for a reason. And here's some of those particular reasons. of course, there's improved security, better accessibility. But let's talk about this for a moment, right? So earlier, Tim Shea was mentioning the whole thing, like, Max, you should got some bone rewards for your Shiba Inu on Shiba Swap, right? And then I said to him, I was like, yeah, I never thought about that, because I provided basically liquidity to their particular swap through, let's face it, a crap coin pairing of Klee combined with SHIB. SHIB I don't think is crap, but nonetheless, I provide that liquidity. Now listen to this. States increased liquidity allows users to transfer funds across different blockchains and opens up a wider pool of assets and users, leading to greater liquidity. This in turn leads to lower volatility and more stability for the stablecoin. Additionally, with multi-chain stablecoins, users can access a broader range of DeFi apps and decentralized exchanges, DEXs, to trade, invest, and borrow against their assets. Now, of course, there's the whole thing of this is a good thing. And then there's, of course, the other side of the thing where people feel as though that this is a bad thing. For me personally, I'm not a big fan of like DAOs and so on, but I understand their purpose. But at the same time, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. That's just my own humble opinion. Now it says empowering change one step at a time. Let's get to the point about why this is big for XDC. For XDC, it says EURS, a stablecoin fairly backed by the euro, has recently been issued on just that, XDC's blockchain. This is big. Since XDC enjoys a versatile and global community, this could, or I should say, this move could boost the euro stablecoin market. I personally believe it will. With enough sideways action, this is building that much more strength for the likes of XDC. Combine that with an ever-growing ecosystem. And let's face it, this whole thing of XDC community proposal that was passed a few months ago, you're starting to see more and more of XDC trend. Businesses out there at the same time are becoming more alert of other particular blockchains that they could build on that have faster TPS, more security, and top of that, less fees, especially when it comes to gas. Combine that with the likes of hearing about XDC being quote unquote blockchain 4.0 or military grade, I think there's going to be a massive onboarding of more and more quote unquote businesses and organizations. Look at this. Using EURS on the XDC blockchain, users can seamlessly transfer and exchange the stablecoins across different blockchain platforms without intermediaries. And that's key. Or centralized exchanges. That's also key, especially in light of everything that's happened recently. A lot of people aren't big fans of centralized exchanges. Let's just be honest. It dramatically improves the ease and efficiency of transactions and opens up new opportunities for what cross-chain collaboration and decentralized finance DeFi apps. And we stated this before. I think if anything, a lot of, dApps, right? That's what they're referred to, are really going to stand out going further into this particular year. With all the doom and gloom going on, look out for ones that have quite a few dApp options to really, really stand out, not just necessarily the likes of XDC. Now it says XDC blockchain built the XDC01 protocol, and that utilizes a unique delegated, listen to this, proof of stake consensus mechanism to achieve high throughput and low latency. So with all the FUD going on about the whole thing of proof of stake and so on, understand the XDC still brings a lot to the table. Now it says undoubtedly such a combo will basically make it well suited for high volume, low latency use cases such as stablecoin issuance and DeFi applications. Now, there's more in regards to this, but that was one of the key highlights I want to highlight again. So if you didn't get that, listen to this. Undoubtedly, such a combo makes it well suited for high volume, low latency use cases such as stablecoin issuance. So if anything, it's recognizing that this will be a nice thing to have as an option to get more of that high volume. And later on in the show, we'll talk about Hedera and why that's powerful in itself. They did over like 6 billion particular high volume transactions. As we've seen lately, Hedera's H-bar has had a decent amount of price action. We're off for about 8%. Now, some people say, well, that's not any big deal. Well, it is a big deal because the whole thing is the market is kind of like in the red as of the last couple of days. So I think it's big for XDC, and I'm just going to pound it home a little bit more, and that is I feel that we are going to see something here. I'm not a fortune teller, but I just connect the dots, if you will, and I do see something big happening for XDC. This was a big story. If you want to look more into it, it is straight from their I should say from the Stasis blog, right? And this was published on the 9th. So pretty big. Glad to share it.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have not yet subscribed, do yourself a favor and subscribe for more information on the ISO 222 compliant tokens, and hit the notification bell to make sure that you are aware of the new videos when they come up. Max and I cover these ISOs, and we also have a live show every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in for that. You won't want to miss it. Thanks again, and we will see you on the next video.